Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is about the fundamentals of paid advertising. I won't get into, I won't make it too technical. And usually you shouldn't make things too technical because as long as you understand the basics, then you can do all the technical stuff later. Okay, so paid advertising is generally all about generating sales. Some businesses do use paid advertising for branding, but I'm talking in most cases, people would use it for sales. Now, the platform doesn't really matter because the principles would always be the same. So here are some common paid advertising tactics that you'll see very often and that you can use when it comes to your paid ads. So a very common tactic is to build urgency. Everyone knows things like clearance sales and Christmas promotions. So I mean, this is pretty much common sense. Everyone knows this. Establishing fears. So basically, you see ads such as by fixing this mistake in your car, you can prevent a very tragic car accident, or something like that. Something to basically make people scared, so that they don't want to injure themselves, or injure others, or lose a lot of money. I think things like that. Things like that really help to drive, I guess, people to make a response and drive sales. Okay. Other paid ad tactics might be things like discounts. You might offer things like bonuses. You might speak directly to them, so you might highlight their pain. Are you tired of back pain? Are you tired of not being able to lose weight? Things like that. And then you can also use things like before and after. That's also very effective. But obviously, a point to remember is that it's very important to understand the policies when it comes to paid advertising, because some things you can't really promote on paid advertising. It's actually against a lot of policies on different platforms, and if you try to use these tactics, you actually end up getting banned, and your account might get banned completely. So it's important to understand the policies. Now, the paid ad funnel is something that is discussed quite often in the marketing space, but it's not really as complicated as it seems. The whole point is that people kind of have a journey, right? So people don't just click on an ad and buy something straight away. Okay, so some people might click on an ad and leave. Some people might not even click on an ad. Some people might click on the ad, add to cart, and then they might not buy anything at all. Okay, and others might click on something, they see the ad, they don't buy straight away, and they come back 3 days later and they buy the thing. So it really depends on. It depends, right? It depends on every person's different. Not every person will be doing the same thing. So usually the way this works is it's kind of like a numbers game. Most of the time, people that view the ad, only a small percentage will click, and other people that click on it, only a small percentage would actually make an action, and out of that small percentage, only another small percentage would um, become a customer. So it's very important that you optimize your funnels so that you can get the best results for the lowest prices, right? So let me ask you guys, which one do you think is better? The ad that, both of these are getting 1,000 views, but this one is generating only 5 customers, and this one is generating 10 customers. So this one is obviously designed a lot better. Okay, this one's obviously more efficient because you're spending the same amount. Excuse me, you're spending the same amount, but this one is generating. I mean, same amount in terms of views, right? If you're getting charged based on views, then you're both getting the same amount of views, but this one's getting 2 times more sales. So obviously, the one on the right is way better than the one on the left. So how do you actually make your funnel, perform better, right? How do you make it have better results and get more sales? Well, if you're showing an ad to someone, the first thing you want to do is you want people to click on the ad. That's the first thing. So to do that, to make people click on the ad, you have to make the image and the design and the actual the the thing you write on the ad, which is called the copy, and the captions, everything. You want to make that as engaging as possible. Okay, so because the first thing you want to do is get people to click. So that's the first step. Now, once they clicked and they go to the website, the second step is to get them to take an action. Okay, so it's about making the landing page better now. It's not about making the pictures and the copy better. Now it's about making the landing page better. So now you want to design the landing page so that it's more efficient at getting people to take an action, whether it's submitting their details, whether it's buying something, whatever it is. You want to make that more effective. And then you basically just want to repeat this process. You want to continuously test things and make them more efficient so that you can generate the most return on investment when it comes to paid advertising. That's how paid advertising works. Okay, so let me show you an example. Right, this is one of the clients I've worked with. They're basically a hair growth center based in Sydney, and the image on the left side got quite a few clicks. Okay, but it didn't really generate that many appointments. It generated, I think it was like a few appointments, maybe like 3 appointments. But compare the one on the left to the one on the right. The one on the right actually generated way more clicks, something called click-through rate, and it generated way more appointments. So after we tested both of these pictures, after a while we stopped using the one on the left and we just used the one on the right. And this is exactly what you want to do is you want to test things, and whatever's not working, stop using it. Whatever's not working, you want to stop using it. So it's kind of like science, right? You test something, if it's working well, you keep using it. If it's not working well, you stop using it. That's exactly how paid advertising works. It's like science. So you test a picture. If the picture works well, you keep using that picture. Now if they come to your website and the website isn't working well, you try a different website page. You change the website page, you try a different version, right? If that one works better, then you keep using that one. You just look at the data that comes through. You look at metrics, things like click-through rates, cost per lead. I won't get into all the metrics, but as long as you understand that you have to test things and that not everything works the same, not every picture will get the same results, and not every landing page will get the same results. So it's important to test pictures and test landing pages and test copy. That will help you get the most efficient return on your investment when it comes to paid ads. Now this stuff is a bit more complicated. Retargeting. So I'll just go through this briefly. Retargeting is just it's a way to show your ad to people who've already seen it. And the reason people use retargeting is because it's very useful. And the reason is because if people see something and they already engage with it, they click on it or they like it, that kind of means that they showcase some sort of interest, right? So if they're already interested, then it's a lot easier to generate conversions and sales by showing something that they're already interested in, right? So this is the whole purpose of engagement and retargeting ads is that you can show people who've already expressed interest the same thing, and that usually will help boost sales. So that's the whole point of retargeting. So an example is maybe someone comes to your website and they don't really they click on the ad but they don't buy something. They just click on the ad, or they add something to the cart but they don't make a purchase. So what you can do is you can retarget them with a new offer. You can retarget them with maybe like a 10% discount or a free shipping offer or something like that, and that usually will help to push them towards making a conversion. And something else you have to know about paid ads is lookalike or similar audiences. And these usually work very well because you're showing your ad to someone who is, as the name suggests, a similar or lookalike audience. So obviously, this similar audience to the one that is your target market will perform better than an audience that's in a completely different market, right? So that's the benefit of targeting similar and lookalike audiences. Is that it's based on an audience that's already working. Okay. And another reason people use similar and lookalike audiences is because no one wants to be shown the same ad over and over and over again. It's very annoying to see the same ad over and over again. And and so once you've exhausted your current audience, what you want to do is you want to use similar and lookalike audiences so that you can basically reach new audiences and generate more awareness for your products and services. Okay, so how do paid ad platforms differ? So even though I've said at the beginning that as long as you know the main principles, that's really all that matters. There are some nuances when it comes to these different platforms. For example, when people use Google, they mostly use Google to search for something, right? They search for something like plumber nearby, or plumbing services nearby me, or plumbing services in my city, right? So it's good for Google is good if you're using paid ads for Google. It's very good for things like services as well as e-commerce products. For things like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, it's great for B2C businesses, usually e-commerce businesses, because this is when people aren't actually directly searching for something. They're not, most people on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they're just scrolling, right? So they're just, either looking for entertainment or they're looking for some sort of education, right? So they're just scrolling through, and they might see an offer for 10% off, and they click on the offer and they buy something. So for these platforms, it's best for e-commerce, B2C focused businesses, but also nowadays you're seeing things like coaches and even courses, people that are selling courses. People can also use social media platforms for those purposes too. And then LinkedIn is best for B2B lead generation. So it's best for services that are, or not even services, products as well, that are focused in the B2B space, because LinkedIn is, most people that are on LinkedIn, they're usually business professionals. They're usually looking to network. So most of the time they'll be, very career focused and business focused. So it's best for B2B services like law, consulting, accounting, as well as software products. And then finally, YouTube is great for brand awareness. So you can target specific YouTube channels, specific interests on YouTube, even specific YouTube videos. So YouTube is a great option for brand awareness. I wouldn't really use YouTube just to generate sales, but it's great for brand awareness. And finally, this is about A/B testing. It's important to test ads. You know, not all ads will work when you first start running ads. So it's important to test the image, the copy, the landing page, and it can make a huge difference. There are some ads which start off making no results, no sales at all, and just by changing a few things, you can see 5 times, even 10 times, even 30 times results. So it's important to test ads.